I am Shacara Scavella. I am the Worship and Arts Pastor at Legacy Church. I'm also the administrator there, and of course, I am a counselor. So I feel like I've been asked this question or in this conversation a lot lately. Like I feel like God, whenever God speaks, He speaks to me in patterns and themes. So I've literally been talking to so much people about it. I think the discovery for purpose for me was a step-by-step thing. Not like this boom, grandiose arrival, but literally just doing one particular obedient act at a time. Now, at 17, I was a youth leader. My journey in God started out in leadership. And it's been a very, very interesting journey. You know, they say you get saved and then you get saved for real.
Right.
But it's always been in the space of leadership. God has always put it on my life. Whether I wanted it or not, I would just move in that realm, just operate from that place. And being in ministry from a very young age, it really does shape the way you see life. So it causes, I would say, for me, it causes a pause in a lot of the activities and the actions of my world, just because it is my foundation.
Wow.
There's always a subconscious thought of what God thinks, of what God wants. I definitely would have to agree with you. The reason why it's important is because we can't just stump God on an agenda and then say that it's His.
Wow.
So I think it's very important to live from an obedient place in Him so we avoid a lot of the pitfalls in life. Like, you know, in this particular generation, this is a platform generation. Everybody
Absolutely.
wants to do something, wants to start something, wants to create something. But is it what God wants?
Yeah.
Or is it what God wants now?
Yes.
And I think the importance of living from a place of just doing what God wants you to do causes us to not fall into those pitfalls. I don't ever think you could have the conversation of purpose without saying what Dr. Miles said. You know, if you don't know the purpose of a thing, you'll abuse it.
Yes.
So for me, purpose, in the simplest terms, I believe it is the why of your life.
Yes.
Like if you have discovered the why of your life, then it makes life worth living. If you don't have the why, then life is tedious, it's hard, and it's monotonous at best. Like it's just something you're doing.
Yeah.
And why just do it for nothing?
Yeah.
No? When I think of Born for This, I legitimately think that it is an individual's capacity to handle exactly what God gave them to do. Like if it's a relationship, if it's a situation, if it's your job, if it's something that you've been assigned to do, I think that you have the capacity to handle it.
Yeah.
Like if God has passed something in your sphere of influence, you got that.
You got it.
We have it. We
Yes.
have the capacity. I think that more than capacity is for us to know and understand our ability.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't have to do what I do in my strength. I don't have to conjure anything up. I just got to be me because
Yeah.
God has given me what I need for these assignments.
God has given me what I need.
And that's what it boils down to. So I was born for this.
Yeah.
I was born to handle this difficult thing. I was born to maneuver in more ways than once, at once.
Yeah.
I was born to deal in difficult situations. I was born with a certain ease and gifting in these areas. It's just natural.
Yeah.
Like I was born for this. There's no single thing that you've been assigned, that we've been assigned. There's no place that we could be placed that we can't handle what God's given us to do. I'm so excited. You know, I said that I've been pastoring officially pastoring for 8 years, but been in ministry from 17. Like I really see the next space for me is doing a lot more work with young ladies. Like because of my adoption story, I'm adopted. And because of that story, I've really always had a passion to see and to speak into the life of those that are in orphanages. So I really want to do more work with Ranfully Home, with the Children's Hostel, with Elizabeth Estates. Like I really want to do more work. So I see me leaning into that area a lot. I'm also excited about writing. I'm an artist, I'm a poet.
Yes.
I'm a writer, I'm a songwriter, so there's always the development of music for me that I am really excited about and people are pushing me into, but it's necessary and I'm excited about what God's gonna do in that area too.
Love it. What are your words to persons that are fearful of walking in purpose?
You know what, I think it's not about the big picture. It's about one single step. I think sometimes the pressure of social media, the pressure of society, we feel like we have to know all at once. But I really believe purpose is meeting the need for the moment. It is that. And when you take a step back, when we look at our lives, then we see that each step led to something bigger.
Yes.
It led to something grander. And the tapestry has been woven in what God would have us to do. So it's one step, meet the need. Like, what does God need you to do right now? Are you going to say yes to that because it's not what you want to do, or will you meet the need? Then you're fulfilling purpose. You smack dab in the middle of it.
Yes.
And I think when we move in that direction, one step at a time, one obedient step at a time, then our purpose is ultimately being fulfilled and unraveled. It's similar to a photographer. You know, you take a picture, you have many pixels. But one pixel don't make a picture.
Right.
It's all of them summed together, then you get to see the beauty of what was being developed. It's the same thing with the journey of our lives.
Yeah.
What did you do with the last obedient step? How are you moving in the next step?
Yeah.
And before long, you get to look back on your journey and see that I was in purpose all along.
Wow.
You know, purpose is a journey of self-discovery, but it is a journey of self-discovery with God. It's never an individual thing outside of His will. It's always you inquiring of Him of what to do next.
Yes.
You inquiring of Him, what should I do now? And then having the courage to fall into obedience for that. Obedience is the key to unlocking purpose in our lives. I really, really believe that. I'm Pastor Shacara Scavella. I support Purpose Awareness Month. I was born for this.